Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So today in this video I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful front opening dress. So if you want, you can keep this neckline to have a front opening, or else you can go ahead and sew on top of the neckline, and I'll be showing you both the style how to make this. And to begin with this project, first I'll be showing you how to make this beautiful thermocol ball buttons. So for this project I just took a random size of a thermocol balls, and also I just took a square piece of fabric, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to place the thermocol balls at the exact center of the fabric, and I'm going to wrap this. Okay, so with the help of the thread I'm going to secure that, winding it one or twice, and I'll be putting some knot to make that secure. So if you don't find thermocol balls, you can always use some beads, and this is how it's going to look. I have already prepared these kinds of balls, that is a beautiful buttons like this. Okay, so now this is the neckline. It's just a simple plain U neckline, and I have attached a lining underneath, and I'm just putting a stitch on top of the main fabric, joining the lining with this. Okay, this is the pre-side of the fabric. So now take the center point of your main fabric, that is the pre-side of the fabric, and take a long piece of fabric like this. And first you're going to decide the length of the opening that you're going to give. So depending upon that, you're going to cut into the fabric. So just I took a 12-inch of length of fabric, and I'm just pinning that to the center of the neckline like this, and I have drawn the center point of the neckline throughout the 12 inches like this, and I'm going to sew on top of this like a very close V. See, in this way, because this is a lining fabric, so when you cut into the fabric without sewing this, for sure it's going to become a hard mess, and it would be a really tough time to put everything together. So to be in safer side, take a piece of fabric and you're going to sew it like a V. So now I'm just putting in the needle end, just turn the fabric out, and you're going to sew all the way up. So I'm just forming a V, and then I'm going to cut into the fabric so that everything would be in the exact place. So little by little I'm just sewing at the exact center point of the neckline for 12 inches. So the opening is absolutely left up to you. So now you can see I'm going to just make a slit. Okay, I'm just cutting into the in between gap of the stitch line like such, and I'll be turning this fabric to the wrong side. Now the thing you're seeing is the pre-side of the fabric, and I'm going to turn this piece of flap to the wrong side like this. Just tuck in the fabric nice and neat, give a nice press and pin that in place before you sew the piping. So I'm going to give a piping to this. So I have already pressed that in place, so just putting the piping underneath, and I'm going to add these beautiful thermocol ball buttons to this, and I'll be putting a stitch on top of that. So if you have a zipper foot, this would be a very simple for you to make. So if you don't have a zipper foot, make sure that you sew very close enough to the piping. So if you don't know how to make the thread piping, I do have a video related to this, just check with the description box below. And now I'm going to sew at the exact margin, placing the buttons like such one by one, and I'm going to sew on the exact margin of the piping like this. So the distance between these thermocol balls is absolutely depends upon you. So this is going to be a good maternity wear. So if you're a breastfeeding mother, you can just try this. So make sure that you give a opening till 15 inches so that you can open it wide, and to the one side you're going to attach the hooks, and to the one side you're going to attach the loops, that is the eyes. So you can wear it like that, and if you don't want to give an opening, you can just leave it as it is, and you can close the opening so that you'll have a beautiful button kind of look over here. So when you get to the end point, you're just going to cut the piping, and you're going to continue sewing to the next side like such. So once it's done, it's going to look like this. Now take a piece of fabric like this, and I'll be folding that in twice, and just place it underneath this opening, and you're going to sew it on top. So if you're making a maternity wear, make sure you add a hooks on one side, that is on the button side, and the loops on the neck side, and you'll be closing it like this. So if you don't want to make it as an opening, you can just leave it as it is, and you're going to close it as I'm going to show you now. So just put a stitch on the flap, and if you want you can add button, or if you want you can add the hooks and the eyes to the one side to finish off the style. It's absolutely left up to you. So now I'm going to give a close look, that is I'm going to close this open. So I'm just placing this on top, and I'm just closing that. So that's it to the neckline, the same like kind. I'm just going to give a piping to the neckline. So as is a U neckline, make sure you don't stretch the fabric. So just stay on the track, and I'm just sewing the neckline like such. So the neckline is going to depend upon you. You can keep any kind of neckline. It doesn't to be the same U neckline. So once it's done, I'm just going to make some notches all around the neckline, and I'm going to simply turn the piping in to give a beautiful look. So if you're trying this as a maternity wear, make sure that you make the piping into a two pieces. That is, for the one side you're going to sew it, and you're going to fold it to the one side, and you're going to continue sewing to the another side. So there should be a two individual necklines when you're making the maternity wear. So as I'm closing this, I'm going to sew it continuously throughout the U neckline, or else you're going to make a slit at the center to make a two individual opening. Hope you like this video, and if you want more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe my channel, and don't forget to hit on the thumbs up button below. See you next time. Take care. Bye bye.